It's an award that honors one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time and has been hoisted by some of the finest to follow in his footsteps. The Johnny Unitas Golden Arm Award salutes excellence in quarterbacking, but also leadership, tenacity, character, and class. So tonight, join us as we honor Matt Ryan and the spirit of Johnny U. Out of Bounds celebrates the 2007 Golden Arm Award right now.
The historic Tremont Grand in Baltimore, the site of a magical gathering this evening, and you've got a backstage pass. So welcome to the Golden Arm Gala, Out of Bounds. Hi everyone, I'm Greg Murphy, and welcome to a special edition of Out of Bounds. All season long, we have partnered with the Johnny Unitas Golden Arm Educational Foundation and Transamerica to bring you the race for the 2007 Golden Arm Award given to the top senior quarterback in college football. We hope you have enjoyed watching the competition take shape. I know we have. And tonight is the night we celebrate the winner, whose name was announced Monday right here, Out of Bounds.
This year's winner, I'm very happy and very proud to announce is Matt Ryan from Boston College.
Here, Out of Bounds, we could not have been prouder. Matt Ryan, a native of Philadelphia, whose career at Boston College has been golden indeed.
And it gave Ryan enough time to throw. Has a man. Touchdown.
You cannot throw it any better.
For the quarterback position, I think you need toughness, you need grit, determination, and understanding your position, accuracy. I think Matt Ryan has all that.
He finishes games. And a great quarterback, doesn't matter how you start, it matters how you finish. Do you get your team in the end zone when the time when the chips are down? Can they count on you? Can they put the ball in your hands? Matt Ryan, to me, is epitome of that man right there.
Playing under a new coach in one of the nation's toughest conferences, this senior didn't just make all the right throws, he also showed an uncanny knack for making them at the right time, which is how he earned the nickname Matty Ice.
Cannot take a sack here. Ryan will fire. Oh, my goodness. Oh! Open for a touchdown is Callender. And Lane Stadium goes silent with the 11 seconds to play.
Ryan leads BC with a host of school passing records. And tonight, he adds the Golden Arm Award to an already sparkling resume.
Well, this afternoon, Matt Ryan came to the Sports Legends Museum at Camden Yards to begin his visit to Baltimore and tour the museum's collection of Unitas memorabilia. It's a trip through football history that's an annual feature of the Golden Arm festivities. And as the official media partner of the Golden Arm Awards, Out of Bounds is part of the deal as well, so we are very proud to welcome in Matt Ryan, who is stepping out of bounds with us. First of all, congratulations. What a night, what an honor, what an award, the Johnny Unitas Golden Arm Award.
It's unbelievable to be here, to be honored by the greatest quarterback of all time and enter into a fraternity of great quarterbacks. Yeah. I'm really in awe, and I'm having a lot of fun.
When you got the call from John Unitas Jr., we actually took that moment and showed it on television. And the excitement in your voice, you said, I don't even know what to say. And it was so genuine to hear someone, getting an award that you truly can appreciate, no doubt?
Yeah, no question about it. It's really unbelievable. Never in my wildest dreams did I think that something like this would happen. And I've been really fortunate, and it's been a ton of fun.
It has been a lot of fun. We saw you today getting a chance to look back at Johnny Unitas' career. One of the special things that you get a chance to do when you win an award like this. What was today like for you?
It was awesome to go down to the museum and see everything that Baltimore has to offer and the Maryland sports has to offer. To see the Johnny Unitas section was unbelievable. I had a ton of fun with it and enjoyed being there.
You look like you did. All right, well, your out-of-bounds experience is about to start for real because, as you know, we always like to bring in perspectives from 4 cities, Boston, New York, Philadelphia, and Washington, D.C. And tonight is no different, so I'm going to introduce some people who have a few questions for Matt tonight. In Boston, we have Phil Burton, co-host of Out of Bounds at 11 o'clock. In New York, Len Robbins, college football columnist for the New York Post. In Philadelphia, radio personality and writer Mike Missinelli, author of the new book on Penn State football, The Perfect Season. And in Washington, D.C., from Sports Talk 980, it is Smokin' Al Koken. All right, Matt, we are going to put you in the middle. Something we call the crosshairs. It's a tough place to be, but you've been in tougher spots, I'm sure. So our gentlemen are going to fire some questions at you, and we're going to start up north in Boston. What do you got, Phil?
Well, first of all, congratulations, Matty. Great season. Fortunately and unfortunately, you had a coaching change your last year. After 4 years under O'Brien, what did Coach Jags teach you about yourself that you didn't already know?
Well, I think Coach Jags did a great job of coming in and getting acquainted with the team. he got to know everybody really fast. And for me personally, he opened up the offense, and we threw the ball a ton. I had a lot of fun with it this year, and feel very fortunate to have worked with him.
Hey, Matt, this is Len in New York, and congratulations. One of the highlights of my season was getting to know you. You're a real class act. I'm curious. There were 2 plays this year that sort of defined your season. One was the pass to Andre Callender that beat Virginia Tech, and he told me on that play he lost the ball in the lights, and it seemed like the ball, quote, hung forever. The other one, of course, was the pass to Rich Grinnell, which beat Clemson, and he said that the stadium went silent, and it seemed like the ball hung for an eternity. I'm curious from your point of view, what outer-body experiences did you have on those 2 plays?
Well, Len, it's good to talk to you again, but both of those plays were unbelievable. To roll to the left down at Virginia Tech, let the ball go, and from my perspective, to know that it was going to get there was pretty unreal. And then the same thing down at Clemson. Rich, made a great break, and I was fortunate enough to see him and delivered a pretty good ball. And both times, it's a great feeling, a lot of fun, and I really enjoy playing the game.
Matt, Mike Missinelli in Philly. On behalf of the city of Philadelphia, I say to you, way to represent, yo. And my question to you obviously from suburban Philadelphia, but you played at Penn Charter right in the city. So I got to ask you, what kind of Philly flavor went into your quarterbacking style?
The Philly flavor. Well, I wasn't really Randall Cunningham or Donovan McNabb or anything like that, but I loved watching those guys when I was younger. But it's a great place to grow up. I had a ton of fun at Penn Charter. It's such a great high school. My little brother's playing quarterback at there right now, John Ryan. So it's been a ton of fun to watch that, and I really enjoyed growing up in the Philadelphia area.
Matt, it's Al Koken in Washington, but we also cover Baltimore. And for all those people who love John Unitas, you certainly are a very deserving young man to be associated with that great quarterback. Congratulations. Everybody's talked, and justifiably so, about that great performance this year against Virginia Tech. But I remember another game in the rain when you were a sophomore against Wake Forest, coming off the bench late in the game and rallying BC for a couple late touchdowns, much like you did against Virginia Tech. How much did that game at a sophomore age give you confidence to let you know what you could do and give the coach confidence in you?
Well, first of all, I'm impressed you went back that far. That's pretty good. That was an unbelievable game, not only for myself, but for our team. At that point of the season, we really needed a win. And I think anytime you go in and perform in a late game situation, it definitely boosts your confidence. And I look back to that game and think that I do draw a lot of confidence from that experience.
Matt, being here in Boston, during your tenure at BC and at the Heights, you've had some big wins and some tough losses. I'm curious, if you could have just one game back, which one would it be and why?
Oh, that's a tough question. Wow. That's a real tough question. You know what? I think I would love another shot at the ACC championship game. I think that we played really hard and we played tough, but we just didn't make enough plays at the end of the game. And Virginia Tech did a great job that day, but I think it was a battle of 2 very good teams, and I'd love to play that one more time.
Matt, let's look back at the ACC season a little bit and talk about the one game where you came into the Florida State game as maybe the favorite to win the Heisman Trophy. And I know you've got the Unitas under your belt, but when you lost that Florida State game, you kind of dropped off the map in a lot of eyes of the national pundits, and I kind of thought that was unfair. But I'm curious to know how you felt about that whole situation, where one day they were talking about you, the next day they weren't.
Well, I tried not to pay too much attention to that through the course of the year. I was really just focused on trying to win games and doing what I could to help our team. And so, it didn't really disturb me or anything like that afterwards, because I really hadn't paid that much attention to it all year. But I know that we had a great season as a team, and I was really happy to be a part of it this year.
Matt, I don't know who Missinelli's talking about down there. I've got to ask you, playing up there in Boston, there was a quarterback by the name of Tom Brady who was putting together arguably the greatest season ever by a quarterback and is on his way to the Hall of Fame. I don't think there's any question about it. I don't know whether you've gotten a chance to meet him. If you have, I'd love for you to share with us what any of those conversations have been like. If not, just from being up there and watching him, what have you learned about being a quarterback, handling the pressure, and, I don't know, dating supermodels?
Well, my girlfriend, she's a knockout, so I'm doing okay in that department.
He's a smart kid, this guy.
You know what? I've been able to watch Tom Brady and and see what he's done up in Boston. Never had the chance to speak with him, but have always watched him and really been impressed with the way he handles himself, not only on the field but off the field as well. And I think any quarterback would be naive to not want to look at him and take what you could from somebody like him.
Matt, that was a very smart response about your girlfriend. You'd fit in right here in D.C. Believe me, you ought to be running for office. Listen, almost kind of like Matt Leinart before you. You completed most of your academics, came back for another year, and you got a little, people poked at you for doing that. What's wrong here? Because a lot of basketball players just say, hey, I'm only here at school before I get to the NBA. Why not work on your skills and knowing that you've got a future in the NFL?
Yeah, you know what? I was very fortunate to graduate last spring, and having my degree from Boston College is something I'm very proud of. It's a great school, and I think it's a degree that'll go a long way in the rest of my life. But I've had a ton of fun this season just playing football and taking some classes. Spent a lot of time watching film and preparing, and I think it really paid off. So I had a ton of fun this year, and wouldn't change it for anything.
All right, Matt Ryan has survived the crosshairs. Piece of cake for a guy like yourself who has handled this kind of thing all the time. Let me ask you before we let you go, Matt. I know you got a busy night ahead of you tonight, but you also have one more game to play, one more bowl game to play. We joked before the show started. I said, did you have practice today? He said, yeah, I skipped it today. It was an excused absence, but as you get ready for your final game, what are the thoughts going through your head?
Well, first of all, I got to get back on the practice field and knock off some of the rust. But we're going against Michigan State, a great opponent, and they've been playing really well down the stretch of the season and had some big wins. So we're excited about the opportunity. We've got one more chance to go out there and have a big win. We're trying to get to 11 wins on the season, something that I'm not sure if it's ever been done at BC.
Yep.
So we're excited about the opportunity, and we're going to have a lot of fun in Orlando.
All right. Well, Matt, Brady Quinn sat in that chair last year. He accepted this award just like you are today. And I asked him the question, where do you want to play next year? And putting him on the spot, and because we knew he was going to get drafted, we know you're going to get drafted. And he said, I'd love to. I grew up watching the Cleveland Browns. I'd love to be a Cleveland Brown. And there, out of bounds, we make it happen. He is a Cleveland Brown. So, any thoughts on to where in the NFL? I mean, obviously you grew up in Philadelphia. Are you an Eagles fan?
I've always been an Eagles fan, and that would be something that would be unbelievable. But I think I'm going to go a little more diplomatic route than Brady did, and say that I'll go anywhere. I'd be happy if anybody took me.
Matt Ryan, a pleasure. Congratulations. Well deserved. Great to have you stepping out of bounds, and enjoy the night tonight.
All right, thank you very much.
All right, Matt Ryan, the 2007 Golden Arm winner. Matt Ryan's the 21st quarterback to receive the Johnny Unitas Golden Arm Award, but the trophy he will take home tonight has a completely new look. Let's welcome in John Carchidi, co-host of Out of Bounds at 11 o'clock, who is standing by with a special guest. John.
Murph, I'm feeling very good about myself. I get to hang out with the trophy before Matt does. I'm here with Jack Nortz. He is the actual sculptor of this beautiful trophy that you see before you, and the trophy actually underwent a bit of a makeover. Tell us about it.
Well, that's true. In 1989, I sculpted the Golden Arm, which was just an arm itself. But they decided that in tribute to Johnny Unitas, who passed away a few years ago, that they needed to do a full figure. And the results are this, and it'll be the first presentation tonight of it.
And it's absolutely gorgeous. Jack, what was the toughest challenge that you faced recapturing John?
Well, I think I really wanted to depict the era that he played in. So the trophy has a little bit of a roughness look to it. It's not real clean and pretty. It was kind of depicts that era, the toughness of football player had to be.
Certainly, John had that grit as well. Now, I know that you are a huge football fan from Oklahoma. I know your wife is a big college football fan as well. What's it like for you as a fan to be a part of a ceremony like this?
Well, that's one great thing about my job. I'm a big sports fan of football and all sports, actually, and to be able to sculpt heroes of mine is just a dream come true.
And Murph, I mind you, it's a very heavy award as well. Matt's got some work ahead of him. And afterwards, Murph, he's going to do one of me and you.
Oh, is that right?
Yes, so something to look forward to, my friend.
I am absolutely looking forward to that. Thank you, guys. We will see Matt Ryan hoist that trophy in just a few minutes. That's all coming up. Plenty more to do on a special edition. We're also going to hear from a Hall of Fame receiver with golden hands. Raymond Berry is here. And another local legend, Brooks Robinson, will join me on this very stage, a Hall of Famer in his own right. They're all here to remember Johnny Unitas and welcome Matt Ryan into the fold. Up next, folks who knew Johnny U. We'll introduce some special guests on a special night, so stay where you are. You're Out of Bounds.
one thing that really touches me the most about this award is the fact that it represents so much more than really the attributes on the playing field. And I really think I'd consider my life a success if I could be half the man that Johnny Unitas was.
That was a year ago right here at the Tremont Grand. Brady Quinn of Notre Dame took home the first Golden Arm Award presented in Baltimore. From 1987 through 2005, the award was given out at the University of Louisville, Johnny Unitas' alma mater. And the list of past recipients reads like an all-pro team. In the last 10 years alone, both Manning brothers, Matt Leinart, Carson Palmer, and Quinn, great college players and first-round NFL picks who continued the tradition of Johnny U in the pros. Welcome back, Out of Bounds. I'm Greg Murphy. We are here tonight in Baltimore to add Matt Ryan to the list of great college quarterbacks who have won the Johnny Unitas Golden Arm Award. The award is given out by the Golden Arm Educational Foundation, which in 20 years has also granted more than $500,000 in scholarships to deserving student athletes. We suggest you check out their website at goldenarmfoundation.com. Well, it is time to start the program here at the Tremont Grand in Baltimore, so let's send it over to our Master of Ceremonies, Baltimore Sun columnist, Peter Schmuck. Peter?
Hi, I'm Peter Schmuck, sports columnist for the Baltimore Sun and BaltimoreSun.com, and sometime talk show host for WBAL Radio. And I'm honored to welcome all of you to the 2007 Johnny Unitas Golden Arm Award celebration. As you know, the Johnny Unitas Golden Arm Award is given each year to the college quarterback that best exemplifies the spirit of Johnny U, both on and off the field, and we will be honoring that young man tonight. So I want to welcome you here for that, and I want to welcome a couple of special guests tonight. And no Baltimore area event would be complete without our first guest, and I want to recognize him. He is Mr. Oriole. We all remember just about everything that this guy has done on the field of play, and at a time when sports in Baltimore have not been all that exciting, we still have the memories of Brooks Robinson. I want to give you, Brooks, a big hand. Brooks Robinson. Also in attendance, and a great Baltimore Colt, and you're going to be hearing a little more from him a little bit later this evening. The great Baltimore Colt, Raymond Berry. I'll introduce a friend of mine from WBAL, also a former Colt, and very proud Buckeye right now. That is, I'm surprised he's even here tonight. I would think he'd be home going over the charts for the national championship game coming up with Ohio State. That's Stan White. Now, obviously, this has a Colts theme because Johnny Unitas, greatest Colt of them all. And so it's great to have these Colts in attendance. We have another great old Colt, the Reverend Joe Ehrman. And again, I just would like to welcome you all to what is a wonderful event here in Baltimore, the awarding of the 2007 Johnny Unitas Golden Arm Award. Let's have a big hand for our guests.
The Baltimore Colts moved to Indianapolis in 1984, but their spirit lives on, and the veterans of that team have truly remained a family. Matt Ryan has many family members here from Philadelphia and many more fans from all over. He will take the podium shortly to accept the Golden Arm Award. When we come back, we'll look at this year's other worthy Golden Arm contenders and what a crop of quarterbacks coming out for next year's award, including another ACC ace, Virginia Tech's Sean Glennon. We'll pan for gold in the crystal ball as the Golden Arm Award celebration rolls on.
The Golden Arm contenders all put up glittering numbers this season.
Wow. Gets up, fires for the end zone, touchdown.
But their success speaks to more than just statistics. Hawaii's Colt Brennan led a team far from the mainland into the mainstream, college football's championship chase.
Gonna go long, deep over the middle, has a man, touchdown!
Louisville had many ups and downs this year, but Brian Braun was as steady as they come, throwing for 30 touchdowns and over 4,000 yards.
Braun for the end zone, jump ball, touchdown, Unitas.
Oregon's Dennis Dixon had the Ducks in the BCS swim for much of the season, winning fans across the country with play that was often simply spectacular.
Dixon again, he's wide open, throws for the end zone, touchdown!
And Andre Woodson turned in a brilliant senior campaign, keeping Kentucky in the thick of the SEC race for much of the year, and doing some of his best work against the best in the nation.
He's still looking. Touchdown, Kentucky!
Well, those were the other 4 finalists for the 2007 Golden Arm Award, so Matt Ryan truly stood out in a great group. No official watch list has gone out for the 2008 award yet, but if these juniors all return to school, it will be a lot of fun to watch the race unfold next year, and of course we hope you'll watch it right here on Out of Bounds. Right now back at the Tremont Grand Hotel, and John Unitas Jr. is at the podium welcoming the crowd here tonight. We'll take the time to bring in a regular feature here on Out of Bounds. We call it the Crystal Ball, a time for us to look ahead and make some predictions, so I will toss out tonight's topic. The campaign hasn't started yet, but who is your front runner for the 2008 Johnny Unitas Golden Arm Award? That is the question tonight. We're going to start, we'll start in Washington with Smokin' Al Koken.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm going to go either two ways, but it's going to go in the Big 12, and I'll let my colleagues sort it out. I think it's going to be Chase Daniel at Missouri because he's got some young talent coming back with him, including the most exciting freshman in the country in Vernon Macklin. But I tell you what, it wouldn't surprise me if it was another Big 12 candidate in Harrell at Texas Tech. He threw actually for over 1,000 yards more than Daniel, as good as his season one, 45. And you talk about great freshmen, he's got Michael Crabtree, the most amazing freshman receiver I've ever seen. So, gentlemen, you sort it out, but one of those two guys is going to get it.
Yeah, good names indeed, Al. Phil Burton, what do you think?
Bear with me for a moment, fellas, because I'm a big fan of walk-ons. So I'm going to go with Tyler Lorenzen. He was a walk-on at Iowa State, and then he played JUCO ball at Palomar, where he absolutely lit it up before landing at UConn. And when you think of Connecticut, you think of men's basketball and women's basketball. You do not think of their football team, but he ended up leading them to the top 25. They're on their way to the Meineke Car Care Bowl and a 9-3 season after passing for over 2,200 yards. He has his top 2 receivers coming back next year, so he'll be a force to be reckoned with. Plus, he can run the ball a little bit. He won't go Tim Tebow on you, but he'll be a force to be reckoned with next year.
All right, a very good name indeed, Phil Burton. Mike Missinelli, what do you think?
Well, first of all, I feel like I'm in a golf tournament, Murph, so I'm going to keep it. I'm going to keep it low, the volume. But I got to go Graham Harrell. I mean, I agree with Al. The guy threw for 5,300 yards and 45 touchdowns this year. He threw for 650 yards against Oklahoma State. Murph, that's a ride to the Jersey Shore from Philly, 650 yards. So I think that next year Texas Tech is going to have a big year. Now the kid may go into the draft. I mean, he's got numbers, purely numbers that'll get him probably first round, maybe say at least second round pick. But if he goes into the NFL draft, I like Rudy Carpenter of Arizona State. I think he's going to have a big year. In any event, the Johnny Unitas Award next year goes west of the Mississippi for the first time ever.
Wow.
All right. There's a prediction for you. Absolutely. And Len Robbins, covering for the New York Post, of course, our college football insider. What do you think?
Well, I'm staying with Missinelli, and I'm also going to go to the Grand Canyon State, but I'm going to the other program in Arizona, and that is the University of Arizona.
Okay.
The quarterback there is a kid by the name of Willie Tuatama, who a lot of people on the East Coast don't know, but he arguably was one of the most highly sought quarterback recruits coming out of high school. He was the first big signee for Coach Mike Stoops. This past year, they revamped the offense completely to cater to his talents, and his touchdown to interception ratio was, better than 3-1. A very, very versatile, talented kid. Next year's a make it or break it year for Stoops and that Arizona program. And I think you're going to see Tuitama take him to the next level.
Well, there you go. Some pretty good names to watch for next year's Golden Arm Award. All right, guys, we want to thank Transamerica and MedStar for supporting. They are supporting sponsors of the Golden Arm Award, for supporting our college football coverage and the Golden Arm Award watch all season long. We hope to be doing it again next year. But we don't want to get ahead of ourselves. We still have not given out the 2007 award. That is coming up with remarks from former Colt immortal Raymond Berry. The Sports Legends Museum has brought some incredible Johnny Unitas memorabilia. The legacy of number 19 is very real here, and John Unitas Jr. will be speaking shortly to us, so stay where you are. He'll introduce Matt Ryan, the reason we are all here tonight, as Out of Bounds goes to the Golden Arm Awards. We're coming right back. We are out of bounds in Baltimore tonight at the Tremont Grand, celebrating the 2007 Johnny Unitas Golden Arm Award. Welcome back, everybody. I'm Greg Murphy. So far tonight, we've put Matt Ryan in the crosshairs, welcomed a host of special guests to this gala event, and talked about the great college quarterbacks, past, present, and future, who make it so much fun to be associated with this great award. We're getting closer to the award presentation itself and the introduction of Matt Ryan as the Golden Arm winner. And now it is my great pleasure to send it over to John Unitas Jr., president of the Johnny Unitas Golden Arm Educational Foundation, who will introduce tonight's keynote speaker. John?
Thank you, Jim Duff. It now gives me great pleasure to introduce a man who will be ever linked with my father. Actually, as a kid, I shared the top bunk with my father at Western Maryland College, and Raymond was in the other room. This man, while not a quarterback, certainly epitomizes all of the traits that are taken into consideration in selecting this Golden Arm Award. Ladies and gentlemen, the man who is often on the other end of my father's most famous pass plays, a Pro Football Hall of Famer, great Raymond Berry. Raymond?
I plead guilty for catching a whole lot of passes from Johnny U, and certainly glad to do so. But I would like to introduce you to the best catch I ever made, my wife, Sally. I have, around a 30 or 40 minute talk here, but I've decided to limit it to a couple of minutes. When I was playing, I had all my moves and fakes, pass routes on a piece of tape right over here on my wrist. I used to look at them all during the game, see which one I was going to do next. So right now I got those tapes to see what I'm going to do next. And I perform a whole lot better with them. Matt, you've been chosen for this award. You may have picked up by now because of a whole lot more than what you did on the football field, which all of us been watching the game this year know what you did out there. But you've been chosen for this because you have exhibited a whole package of intangibles that John Unitas stood for. After I retired from playing, I went into coaching, and I spent a lot of time analyzing John Unitas, because, of course, you're always looking for a quarterback that can get the job done like that. So the conclusion I arrived at, because I'm a slow learner, after about 30 or 40 years, I finally figured out that, John's physical skills were not really the most important part of what he brought to the table. Because the physical skills without all these intangibles really will not get the job done in the long run. And John had those intangibles, and you have demonstrated that. That's why you're here getting this award. And those intangibles are competitiveness and leadership, a work ethic, dedication, and a team-first orientation, character. And, that's why you're here tonight. I want to encourage you to take those physical skills, because by putting them together so far, you've gotten to the highest level of college football. and you're getting ready to go into the NFL playing. And all I can say is you just keep those same characteristics, and you're going to end up doing very well. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Raymond.
Raymond Berry, a great teammate and a great friend of Johnny Unitas and one of the many Hall of Famers who supports this great award. When we come back, it is time to hand over the Golden Arm Trophy to Matt Ryan. So don't go anywhere. We'll return to the Tremont Grand in just a moment.
This year's winner is Matt Ryan from Boston College.
Downfield wide open. Touchdown Boston College. What a strike from Matt Ryan.
Everything I see about this kid, I like.
Ryan will fire.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, open for a touchdown. And Lane Stadium goes.
Welcome back. Out of bounds, Greg Murphy at the 2007 Johnny Unitas Golden Arm Award presentation. It is time now to introduce the winner to the crowd gathered here at the Tremont Grand. So we're going to turn it back over to our Masters of Ceremonies, Peter Schmuck. Peter?
And now for the moment you've all been waiting for. The presenters of the 2007 Johnny Unitas Golden Arm Award will be, of course, Johnny Unitas Jr. and Raymond Berry. And now I'd like to ask Matt Ryan to come up to the podium. There's not a lot that Matt Ryan hasn't done in his career. Matt's the ACC Player of the Year this year, a Heisman Trophy candidate, and along with a lot of other Boston teams we've been seeing on TV, we've been seeing a lot of him on national television lately, but that's really not entirely the reason he's here. Matt is a great student athlete. He's in graduate school, already graduated from college, and he really is the kind of goal-oriented, production-oriented player that really exemplifies the qualities of a Johnny Unitas, and that's one of the reasons why he is this year's recipient of the 2007 Johnny Unitas Golden Arm Award. Come on up, Matt.
Thank you. First of all, I'd like to say this is a tremendous honor for me to be here tonight. I want to thank everyone here in Baltimore, and especially Johnny Unitas Jr., for being so hospitable to not only myself, but my entire family who's down here. You guys have been above and beyond kind, and we really appreciate it. Secondly, I'd like to thank my teammates who are back in Boston practicing today, and they're probably mad at me that I skipped that practice, but know that I'll be back tomorrow. Without them, really none of the success that we've had on the field this year would have been possible. The new trophy this year, I'd like to thank Jack for sculpting it and creating the design. I think he did a wonderful job, and everyone really appreciates that. It's really an honor for me to be inducted, or not inducted, but chosen as the award winner this year, and to become a part of a fraternity of great quarterbacks that have so many qualities that I hope to have in myself, and it's something that is very, very, very special to me. So thank you again for electing me, and I want to congratulate all the other finalists for this award. I know each one of them is very deserving of this, but I'm happy to take it and happy to be a part of it. So thank you very much.
Matt also receives a ring, a gold ring, as well as part of the trophy presentation. So, Matt, congratulations.
Matt Ryan, your 2007 Golden Arm Award winner. What a night for him indeed. We're going to send it over to John Carchidi, who is with someone very close to Matt Ryan.
here with Michael Ryan, a very, very proud father today. What is this night like for you, being his dad?
Very special night. The more that we've learned about the trophy and all that's behind it, and to have Matt associated with that, we couldn't be more proud.
I feel like I know you as well as we know Matt. Every game that Boston College played this year, they got a shot of you and your lovely wife in the stands. What was this ride like for you this season? It's not even over yet.
First, we've tried to hide. We tried our best to hide. And no, it's not over. The ride has been spectacular. It's been a bonus. I don't know how else to put it. It's just been a bonus. The season that BC had, and the things that Matt was able to accomplish personally, has just been spectacular.
Michael, when did you start to realize that Matt really had something special?
Well, he snuck up on us a little bit. You know, we've been watching Matt and his brother Michael and his brother John for seems like forever. So we probably take some things for granted. But in high school, Matt was a fierce competitor. He just took that into college, and was able to get himself into the game a little bit early up at BC and had some success. So, again, he snuck up on us a little bit.
All right, you mentioned the younger brother, John, is it, right?
John.
High school quarterback now. Does he start to show some of the same characteristics?
He is. He's a real smart guy, and he's growing. He's in between Michael and Matt, so he's about 6'3" right now. We may have an opportunity to watch some more college football. Who knows?
Good for you. I know that this night was very special for you, and you and your lovely wife deserve a lot of credit as well. Mr. Ryan, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Back to you.
All right, thank you guys, and thanks to the Ryan family for coming down to Baltimore tonight. We wish them luck and expect to be talking to Matt again this spring as the NFL draft approaches. Now, we are not done, not by a long shot, because if Johnny Unitas was Mr. Football in Baltimore, our next guest was Mr. Baseball, no doubt about it. They don't come any classier than Brooks Robinson. He'll join me next to talk about Johnny U and more. We're coming right back. Minutes ago, Matt Ryan accepted the 2007 Johnny Unitas Golden Arm Award, a fitting cap to a great season in college football. Welcome back to the Tremont Grand. Greg Murphy here with the Out of Bounds Golden Arm Award special. And we're not all about football tonight, but we are all about greatness, which is why we are so pleased to have this man sitting up on our stage. He is Orioles Hall of Famer Brooks Robinson. And first of all, Brooks, welcome. Thanks for being here. It's a great thrill to be able to talk to you.
Thank you. I appreciate those kind words. It's great to be here. This is really the first one I've attended. I could not make it last year, but I'm happy to be here tonight and to celebrate a great guy in John Unitas.
And you're a member of the advisory board for the Golden Arm Foundation, and the foundation does so much great work. So why don't you tell folks a little bit about what the foundation's able to do?
Yeah, well, I'm really not a part of who selects the quarterbacks, but they, with the money they raise through this foundation, sends a lot of kids to college and to higher learning, and that's really what it's all about. We've got some great kids who have received these awards the last many years, and it's just a great thing to see these kids go on in life and be successful.
The award is now back here in Baltimore, which is terrific. For years it was in Louisville. How nice is it back? It's nice to have it back here in the Charm City.
Well, this is where it should be. You know, John had a great career at the University of Louisville, and the thing I admired about him most, I guess, and here's a guy who, I guess you could say he didn't get selected, to be a pro football player.
Yeah.
But anyway, no, it's nice of John to be here. He spent his whole career here, with the exception of San Diego for a year or so. But it's just great to have it back here. This is really where it should be. And John Jr. has done a wonderful job in really spearheading this banquet.
And it's certainly great to have you a part of it. And when you think about the young man that received the award tonight, and we just heard Raymond Berry speak so wonderfully about Matt Ryan and all the qualities that he has that Johnny Unitas would have wanted a winner like this of his award to have. Do you think Johnny would be proud of Matt Ryan as the winner this year?
Absolutely. And talking to Matt tonight, that's the first time I've met him. I got to see him play 4 or 5 times on television, but just being around him, being around his family, I'll tell you, it was that's John Unitas. It really is. Very humble, loves the game of football, and that's really what it's all about. And I think he exemplifies John Unitas.
When people think back to the great era of Baltimore sports that Johnny Unitas was playing, you're playing right alongside, and your careers kind of mirrored each other in a lot of ways. Did you know Johnny well when you were playing? Did you get a chance to hang out and they talk sports?
Actually, we hung out a lot. His backyard and my backyard were probably 300 yards apart, but about 6 blocks around to get there.
Right?
But we were neighbors just about my whole career. And, of course, he came in, I think, 56 or 57, and I signed with the Orioles in 55. But John and I, we're together many, many times in golf tournament, other banquets and things. And I love the guy. He was just a great guy to be around, very humble, very unassuming, and that's what made him so great. Yeah. I mean, you listen to all the other football players who played with him, and they idolized the guy. I mean, he had total command whenever he was on the football field, but off the field, he was just one of the guys, and that's what made him such a wonderful person.
And you're still here in Baltimore and living in Baltimore. So Baltimore sports nowadays. Are you a sports fan? Are you watching sports in Baltimore?
I go all the time. Yeah, I actually went to my first game the other night against the Patriots, but I follow the Ravens. I follow pro sports, college sports. I like everything. I'm more of a TV fan. I maybe go to 4 or 5 baseball games a year, but the Orioles are a little hard to watch right now, but things should be getting better.
They'll get better indeed. Brooks Robinson, terrific to have you up here out of bounds. We appreciate it. Enjoy your night tonight.
I'm having a great time. It's great to be here.
Yeah, it's certainly great to have you. All right, that is Brooks Robinson, Hall of Famer of the Baltimore Orioles, stepping out of bounds with us tonight. Now let's head back over to John Carchuti, who is standing by with a former teammate of Johnny Unitas.
Well, Murph, once again, I feel very, very short here with the Reverend Joe Ehrman. And I know you didn't actually play with John. You came in right afterwards, but you were very close. Why did you want to be here tonight?
Well, I just look at it. If John had invited me, I would have been here, and I felt like John invited me and want to help continue his legacy and the tradition he started. And, I was one of those guys that came to Baltimore and was able to stand on John Unitas' shoulder, and I think what John did was he modeled, particularly for my generation, what it meant to be a professional athlete. And you think of John Unitas, as great a player he was never bigger than his teammates, and he was never bigger than the team, and he was never bigger than this city. I'm not sure a city's ever had greater sports representative than John Unitas, and really Brooks Robinson would be of the same mold.
So based on what you know about John, how proud would he have been on tonight's selection, Matt Ryan?
Oh, I think John always leveraged his reputation and his accomplishments. He always leveraged that on behalf of other people. He took his skills, leveraged that on behalf of his teammates. I think John would be extremely proud, and Matt seems like a wonderful young man.
For folks who followed your career, where are you now? What are you doing now?
I travel the country. I do a lot of speaking seminars. I work a lot on of using the venue of sports to promote social justice in America.
Reverend Ehrman, thank you so much as always. We appreciate it. Pleasure meeting you. Murph, back to you.
John Carchuti, a step stool coming your way, we promise. We'll even it out there over there in the corner for you, no doubt about it. We are coming back to the show you the college football golden throw of the year on CN8. You're not going to want to miss that. And we're going to wrap things up with John Unitas Jr. here at the Tremont Grand. So stay where you are. You are out of bounds. All season on CNA college football broadcast, Transamerica and the Golden Arm Award sponsored the Golden Arm Award Throw of the Game. At the end of the year, viewers went to our website, cn8.tv, and selected this play as the Golden Arm Throw of the Year. Massachusetts quarterback Liam Cohen to Rashid Rancher, who pulls down the ball with one hand and takes it to the house, thanks to all who voted for the Golden Arm Throw of the Year. John Carchuti is with Transamerica Senior Vice President Jim Duff right now. John?
Thanks a lot, Murph. Jim, congratulations on a wonderful night from your end. 7 years now, Transamerica has been a part of this award. Why the relationship? Why is this so important to Transamerica?
Well, Johnny Unitas was their spokesperson for many years, and Johnny just exemplifies Transamerica's values: integrity, strength, durability, and hard work. And so we really believe in that, and to honor John, we have been honored to be a part of this program.
Your thoughts then on the selection of Matt Ryan as this year's winner, rather?
Fantastic selection. Had the opportunity to spend the day with Matt today, and just a great guy of high character. And that's a lot what this award is about, is the character of the player and the person on and off the field, and Matt really exemplifies that.
Jim, thanks so much. Appreciate it. Murph, back over to you.
All right, thank you, guys. The 2007 Johnny Unitas Golden Arm Award has been presented to Matt Ryan, and the man who has joined us for every major announcement this year exclusively on CN8 joins me now, John Unitas Jr. What a great evening. We were just talking about the turnout and the feel in this room tonight. It's really terrific.
It is, Greg. I'm really happy everybody showed up, and it's nice to have some of the old Colts here. Brooksy came in; he's on my advisory committee, and they all believe in the same mission that we're trying to accomplish here, and that's help kids and give back. And this is what this town's all about, and you kind of can feel the buzz in the air that everybody's excited about, and I am too. So I'm really happy about our partnership as well, Greg, and we're excited about being partners with CN8, and we'll hope that it continues, and we're going to make this bigger and better for everybody. So.
Yeah, well, I'll tell you, if it gets any bigger and better, I don't know what you're going to do for an encore.
Well,
because
we might have to find another Greg Murphy. I don't know. Huh?
Yeah, that'll certainly make it better, no doubt about it.
I don't know about that.
Let's talk about it. And everybody, we listen to Raymond Berry speak, and the guys that we've talked to tonight, one of the questions that has been asked over and over is, wouldn't your father be proud of the guy that was selected this year, Matt Ryan?
Absolutely. The whole criteria for the award, the character, the values, the morals, the things that my father ascribed to in life were all things that he wanted in the award recipient. And so we built it around what he wanted, and it's been truly an honor to be able to present this to a young man like Matt, because he certainly aspires to all those attributes that my father had. And he's a great athlete as well on top of it. So again, as I say always when I get on your show, I never pick them. Thank God I don't have to pick them, but I'll tell you something. My selection committee's done an awesome job, and I'm real proud of them too. And we're real pleased. And again, he's a part of a fraternity now of, I think, 7 Hall of Fame or Heisman Trophy winners.
Yeah.
That's the number, I guess. Hey, listen, he's not up for the Heisman this year, but it doesn't matter. He's a great young man and good family person, and again, we're real happy to have him in our fraternity.
Terrific stuff. And so you get a chance to relax now. I know the work is never done, but my God, you've been working hard. You got to take a break.
Yeah, it's kind of like a 6-month thing for me as it gets busy and busy. And I was just telling my son, maybe it's about time to have a drink. I don't know, It's not 9 o'clock yet, so.
I think you've earned it. John Unitas Jr.,
thank you.
It has been a pleasure. Congratulations on a terrific evening. All right, well, that is going to do it for our special presentation of the 2007 Johnny Unitas Golden Arm Award. We'd like to thank all those involved with the program tonight, as well as our host at the Tremont Grand and our contributors in all 4 out-of-bounds cities tonight. We'd like to congratulate Matt Ryan on winning this award and thank him for a great season of great memories. Now for John Carchidi, for John Unitas Jr., and our entire CNA crew, too many to mention, who have done just a terrific job here tonight, I'm Greg Murphy. Thanks for watching. We hope to see you next time. Out of Bounds.